Football, without a doubt, is the biggest sport in the world, and we like to call it football because it's actually played with feet, right? Well, it's not news that this is the most celebrated sport on earth. So how much do these footballers earn, and what kind of properties or companies do they own? And most importantly, how rich is your favorite footballer? We'll answer all these questions in this video, and you'll be surprised for who's topping the list. And before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get the most exquisite content on luxury. Number 10. Alexander Pato. 2009 was the year when Alexander Pato burst onto the scene as the most talented youngster in the world of football. The Brazilian captured the hearts of many and was tipped to rule the game in the coming decade. While he never reached the height expected of him on the pitch, the former AC Milan striker is winning from it. Pato has done incredibly well for his bank account. Aside from the sizable contracts he got through his career, he has made money from savvy investments, sizable property holdings, and lucrative endorsement deals. The 33-year-old also owns a chain of burger restaurants in Brazil, a vodka brand, and a fashion line. Pato is currently the 10th richest footballer, worth a staggering $145 million. Number 9. Ronaldo De Lima. The first Ronaldo to win football fans over globally was not the Portuguese superstar, but the Brazilian superstar player from the 1990s. The former Real Madrid player is admired for his terrifying talent by many in football, but his charisma off the field helped him succeed as a businessman. The Brazilian striker, known as O Fenomeno, was hailed as the most global of all athletes by Nike back in 1998. In his prime, he was featured in television commercials, billboards, and even an episode of The Simpsons. Nike, Ronaldo's main sponsor, built a long-lasting agreement that spanned his entire career, even after he retired from playing football. Since quitting football, he has built up an extensive business portfolio, investing in entertainment and sports, while also establishing a foundation for good causes. Real Valladolid, a Spanish soccer club, was his primary business interest in 2020, after he was elected president and majority shareholder in 2017. O Fenomeno currently boasts a bank account of $160 million. Number 8. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's difficult to find a more intriguing footballer than Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The Swedish footballer is a goal-scoring machine with a multitude of records and trophies to his name, but he is perhaps best known for his witty personality. While he's undoubtedly not lacking in confidence, he's also not suffering from lack in financial resources. In a 20-year career, Zlatan has played for Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, and Manchester United, making him one of the most well-known footballers in the world. In his youthful days, the Swede earned a lot of money from bumper contracts. But even at that, he also had other sources of income, especially from endorsement deals. Ibrahimovic had a sponsorship agreement with Nike Mercurial from 2004 to 2014. In 2016, he signed a boot sponsorship deal with their rival, Adidas, but went back to his former partner Nike in 2017. Aside Nike, the striker has featured for Nivea, Microsoft Xbox, Vitamin Well sports drinks, and Volvo. The 41-year-old football player is worth now $190 million. Number 7. Neymar. The biggest Brazilian superstar of his generation, PSG forward and famous for his antics and abundance of skills, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. stirs up different emotions in the average football fan. Neymar shot to fame as a teenager playing for Santos in his homeland. Today, he's currently the most expensive footballer in history since his €222 million transfer from Barcelona to PSG in 2017. Neymar has been the recipient of lucrative endorsement contracts over the year and is currently believed to make about 20 million euros per year from sponsorships from many companies, including Puma, Qatar Airways, Red Bull, Flutter Entertainment, and Thriller. The flashy footballer who never stops grabbing the headlines is now worth a staggering $200 million. Number 6. Dave Wellen. Dave Wellen is one of two surprise inclusions on our list. The veteran footballer, who is pretty much unknown outside of England, has a sizable bank account to compensate for his lack of popularity. The 85-year-old is one of the few people who transitioned successfully from footballer to businessman. Wellen today is one of the key figures in English football. The Englishman decided to give up playing to concentrate on his grocery store. Wellen expanded from a market stand to a well-known business chain in the north of England before being acquired by Morrisons in the late 1970s for more than £1 million. This happened a few years after he acquired J.J. Bradburn's, a fishing and sporting goods store in Wigan. Through the 1970s, Wellen opened a number of additional stores under the JJB Sports name, all of which sold sportswear. The former Wigan Athletic owner is now worth a whopping $220 million. Number 5. David Beckham. From one Englishman to another, we have at number 5 one of the most recognizable figures and names in the sport industry, David Beckham. The former Manchester United and England superstar was one of the highest earners on the field during his playing days, while also earning a reputation as one of sport's most marketable athletes. Beckham's wealth comes as no surprise given his reputation on and off the field. From receiving a lifetime sponsorship with a sports brand to promoting clothing, apparel, and automobiles, the father of four has promoted products in every industry. Beckham's net worth these days is in the region of $450 million. Number 4. Lionel Messi. At number 4 is a big small Argentine aka La Pulga, who after just winning the World Cup is undoubtedly the greatest football star player of all time. The 35-year-old, who famously signed his first contract on a napkin, just basically conquered the world of football when he won his most desirable and recent achievement of the World Cup at Qatar 2022. It's one thing to win prizes solo as a lone wolf, but making it to the top of the world with your country's jersey, it's a complete different game. The World Cup is reportedly cutting a nice paycheck of $42 million to Messi just for winning the cup. In terms of business, Messi still got a few steps to reach number 1 though. He currently has his own clothing line, the Messi Store, which he launched in Barcelona 2019. He owns the MIM hotel chain, a premium brand which Messi invested approximately £26 million in 2017. And he also has a lifetime contract with Adidas and endorses a number of other companies, including Pepsi, MasterCard, and Budweiser. Leo, as he's affectionately known as respected in Argentina and the whole world, won the hearts of millions who follow his dream and his fight to reach the World Cup for his country. It wasn't easy for him as he almost carried his whole team for almost 2 decades to the end, but his fight inspired millions that so desperately needed a big win for their country. Messi still keeps climbing high at a net worth of $450 million. Number 3. Cristiano Ronaldo. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are unquestionably the two biggest names in football today. And while they spent several years battling out on the field, they also maintain the same energy off of it. The Argentine may have won more trophies than his rival, but the Portuguese have the upper hand in terms of money. Ronaldo's personal accomplishment on the field, as well as his massive social media following, have helped to increase his value, as many brands want him to be the face of their products. CR7, as he's affectionately known by his adoring fans, is also the brand ambassador for well-known companies such as Coca-Cola, LiveScore, and Nike. and he's currently worth a whopping $500 million. Number 2. Matthew Flamini. Matthew Flamini may not have reached the heights expected of him as a footballer, but he'll gladly take a seat alongside Ronaldo and Messi financially on this list. The Frenchman, who retired in 2019, changed his jersey for a business attire and hasn't looked back ever since. As a co-founder and ally of GF Biochemical since 2008, Flamini has amassed millions of dollars as a result of his contribution in the company that became the first in the globe to mass-produce all-substitute levulinic acid. He is now worth an estimated $15 billion. We finally come to our number 1 spot on our list. Can you guess who is the richest footballer in the world? While you do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get the most exquisite content on luxury. Number 1. Fike. So who exactly is the richest footballer in the world? Well, look no further than Fike. The Bruneian footballer currently holds the title of the wealthiest man in the game, and judging by his background, it seems he won't be letting go anytime soon. Fike belongs to the Bruneian royal family, and his uncle, Hassanal Bolkiah, is the Sultan of Brunei. While Fike's wealth surpasses that of his renowned colleagues, he has yet to earn large sums of money from football. He was reportedly paid $150,000 per year on the books of Leicester City. To be fair, something about that feels like pocket change. The 24-year-old midfielder is now worth an outstanding $20 billion.